made the world turn. What happened to me? It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
The views and opinions expressed on the Blue Dot Live show are strictly those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect those of the Blue Dot family in its entirety. We are not experts on the topics we discuss, nor are we journalists. We are simply concerned citizens trying to find sanity in an increasingly insane world. We urge you to listen, read, and view as many different sources as you can to keep up with the shit show of American politics. Form your own opinions. Take what you like and leave the rest. Just remember to vote like your life depends on it, because it does. Warning. Viewing Blue Dot Live may become addictive. Watching Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 6 p.m. Central Time every week, month after month, year after year, may cause questioning the system, elevated heart rate, pondering humanity, separation from toxic family members, reassessing longtime friendships and whether or not the neighbors really are that friendly. Side effects can include, but are not limited to, learning truths about things you thought you already knew, wanting to wear all manner of t-shirts to express yourself, throwing caution to the wind and confronting Karens and all manner of assholiness when you see it, developing more empathy and wokeness than any one heart can contain, meeting other blue dots from all over the globe, liking, following.
Got to turn on my microphone. How y'all doing, baby? I'm not even on the right freaking no, that's the right button. How y'all doing, baby? It is Thursday, and I'm glad y'all are here. And we're waiting on, baby. We're waiting on news come around. We're all waiting on an indictment. That's what we're doing. Anyway, the remixtress was the first one to jump in, followed by Jeanette Miller, our own Bernadette Pre. Thank you, darling, for being here every day. Nancy Halverson is here. Karen Van Wyck. Just want to point out how many times I've gotten that right, Karen. Just, credit where credit. Anyway, I'm trying. Jane McDaniel, thank you. Waving right back at you. Deborah Douglas is here. Let me see. Trudy Baxter, thank you, baby, for my t-shirts. I thank you so much. I wore one today, baby. Wore one today. Donald Ware is here. Jan Beats. Jeff Curry. Deborah Douglas. John Cass. Dina Michael is here. Let me see. Get on down here. Kelly Clark, thank you for being here. Let me get on down here because I'm going to miss everybody there. I think Carolyn and John Majesco is here. Bart Larson, Jeanette Miller, Irish Giselle, still rocking that t-shirt, I hope. Anyway, it is Thursday. And before we get started, I want to send a shout out, and I want to ask y'all to do something for me because y'all know I'm not a very religious guy. Far from it. Far from it. But I've always caveated that by saying, I could be wrong, baby. So if you pray, pray hard. If you want to send out good wishes and heartfelt good vibes, then I want you to do that tonight for one of our own, Thomas Morgan. And if you don't know who Thomas is, Thomas has been a long time Blue Dot. I am wearing one of the pieces of artwork that he did, and it hangs right there on the wall. It's a rendition of me. And when I opened the envelope and I saw that picture, I thought, well, first I thought, damn, that dude's stoned. But then I thought, that's me, baby. That's me. With as much rage built up in me, he saw that. It's not the only artwork I've received from Thomas over the years, a lot of it. I treasure every one of them. Got a message. Oh, Lord, I just got a message. God damn, I don't want it to be. Where's the... Our dear friend Thomas is recuperating right now. He was revived by firemen and brought back to life. So my immediate message was to him when I got the word, wrote right back to him, stop that shit. I think highly of Thomas. We've spoken over the years. He knows if there was one thing I'd like to do is sit on the beach and smoke a big old fat doobie with him while he pondered the universe and drew his art, painted his art. Man's a fantastic guy. He just exemplifies so much of what I like to think of myself as. But anyway, he's recuperating. That's the good news. So we want to keep him that way. So if y'all can lift him up in your hearts, I would appreciate it. Anyway, it has been a rough day, baby. Had to go to town today in my truck. No air conditioning. It is melting down here. It doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime soon. I want to thank Michael Johnson, who just came in the room with $2 and said, I didn't do it. Fuck Trump. Yes, you did. You did it. I seen you do it. I'm a witness. Call me up there, Judge. I'll point him out to you. Anyway, let's get on with this because it was rough news today. Anytime I hear something about one of our blue dots, and there's a list of them up there. Y'all see them on the front. That's not all of them. We've lost a lot of blue dots along the way. This is a loving family, and those that we lose, we miss. And those that come close, we want to hold even tighter. Anyway, help me dig myself out of this. Bernadette, how are you doing?
I'm doing a hell of a lot better than Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas, if you can hear my voice, healing blessings go out to you, sir.
Yes.
Please
Yeah.
hang in there. Feel better.
You know how he put it?
And,
He said, I dropped dead. What the fuck?
Oh,
you know, there's one thing that fascinates me by our blue dots is freaking sense of humor.
Yeah.
And Thomas, don't do that no more, okay?
Don't do that shit, buddy.
No more dropping
Yeah.
Tom.
No more.
That's
Miss
No
Chick,
more-
how are
no
you,
more
baby?
dropping dead.
Pretty good. We'll give you one for slapstick. That's it.
Yeah,
No
that's
more.
it.
Okay.
One for slapstick.
That's
Don't
it.
be
That's
doing
all
that
you get.
shit. Scare
Yeah.
the hell out of everybody. Yes, that was the message. That's how it started out. Well, I dropped dead.
I have,
Ah, shit.
through the grace of John, own a Thomas Morgan.
You,
And that's how I put it because he's our Picasso by the sea. The man is
I
a
do.
brilliant
I have
artist.
I have sent him out to quite a few blue dots. When he sends me a lot of drawings and stuff, yeah, I like to pass them along. A lot of y'all have them. Hang on to them, baby, because they're
Absolutely.
treasures, every one of them. And he is just a fantastic artist. I just love where his mind travels to come up with what he puts down on paper. It's just amazing to me. But I love him
admire
dearly.
anybody who is gifted enough to do any kind of special artwork or
Yeah.
has a talent, can play music, can sing, can dance, can act, anything. Anything.
Yeah.
I admire
good
people
ruler, I
who
can
are
draw a straight
gifted
line.
in this manner. Yes. Well,
That's what I'm good at.
yeah. Only in my brain is it straight.
Yeah,
okay?
only in my mind am I any kind of artist at all. I can think it, I just can't get that thought down in my hands. That's all. And not much coming out of my mouth either. But anyway, a lot going on, ain't there? Sitting here in my rocket chair waiting on it, baby. I'm waiting on an indictment. That's what I'm.
it's the
Yeah, I'm, you know, imagine that. Imagine going down in history for being indicted 3 times, and
Yep.
let's hope that there's the 4th and the 5th, maybe more.
Yeah, I don't. I'm sure y'all saw.
But you know,
Go ahead,
ahead.
John.
Oh, I was going to point out that on my rant today, and I have it right here in front of me, that the one of the charges in the target letter concerns Section 241 of Title 18 of the United States Code. And this is when I read it, I went, oh, well, that makes perfect sense. It says it is a crime for people to conspire or injure, and conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege secured to him by the Constitution laws of the United States. And what they're saying is there were people that conspired to subvert the will of the people, subvert the vote. You know, this is a conspiracy charge, which get my thought right here going. That off to the side. This would make him ineligible to run for office. As a matter of fact,
Imagine that.
imagine that. I seen this morning. Lordy, have mercy. My mind is not working good, baby. It's racing all over the place. Mitch Goldstein put a meme out this morning, and he said his favorite verse is the 14th Amendment, Section 3, which says that if a person is convicted of conspiracy, he cannot run for office. And that's what he's talking about right there.
Oh, Jack Smith is my hero. Is working on his ass. He got him pegged to any fucking corner he wants to be in. You want to be in that corner? Okay, I'm gonna peg your ass right there.
Yeah. It looks like he got him in a corner. He doesn't know. You know, he's got no place to go in
And
this shit.
John, check this out. The judge in the E. Jean Carroll case came back when Trump filed for defamation of character against her. He came back and he said, "Now I know that the jury found that he was a sexual abuser, but by any concordance of the freaking law as it stands today, this was rape."
Yes, he's a convicted rapist in my book. That's
He's
what it
a
was.
convicted rapist in the judge's book too.
Yeah.
And guess what? All they have to do is decide on how much he owes for the next time. This last time that he opened his mouth, and the next time he's going to open his mouth, because you know, he can't help himself.
Nope. No. He's a dumbass who keeps opening his mouth, and I'm relying on him to do exactly that. Keep running his mouth. Looky here, the man who made the quote himself, Mitch Goldstein. I like that. Bringing up the 14th Amendment and exactly what section that he's violating.
Yep.
Hello, Mitch.
Hey, what's up?
Waiting on
Mitch.
justice, baby. Don't you smell it in the air? It's there somewhere.
I'll tell you, man.
It's waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting on the indictment charge. That's it.
I don't know.
Another
It could
one.
be tomorrow.
Yeah. Beer and Bud Friday would be a
I
good
can
day
tell
for
you.
it.
Although we haven't really talked about it here.
What?
We did a little bit, I think, last time we got together, as we said that the indictment in Florida came 3 days, less than 72 hours after we found out there was a Florida grand jury.
Indeed.
I believe there is a New Jersey grand jury.
Oh.
I do too.
There wouldn't that stand to reason since Bedminster's in New Jersey and that's where
It's
some
a
of the
crime
documents
scene.
were?
And the reason they had to have it, the reason they had to have the grand jury in Florida to begin with is because the crime scene is Mar-a-Lago.
Yes. That's the
Yeah.
primary crime scene.
And the indictment that's going to come down from the January 6th grand jury will be in D.C. because the crime was in D.C.
Crime was committed in D.C., correct.
This motherfucker going to be flying all over the damn place just to go to court.
He got indictments flying all over the place, baby. If there was justice, there should be.
Too. Atlanta's going to drop too, so
Yeah.
you know he'd just be
Yeah.
bouncing around the East Coast.
Oh, it's all going to drop
Remember,
pretty soon.
Bonnie,
A
I think
ball and
Bonnie's
chain
charges
attached
are
to
gonna
that
drop.
plane.
What's that, Mitch?
Fonnie Willis
Yes.
juries are going to
Exactly.
drop
Yeah.
charges too.
The
Coming
Atlanta
very
case
soon.
is going to come up, the Georgia case and now, you know, looking at that case, how can we not start looking for cases either in New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan?
All right. Can we have a contest?
Yeah.
Don?
See,
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. This is
Who
important.
sends him to jail? This is like what are those things you guys do when you play sports and everybody
Yeah.
puts in a pool? And,
Yeah.
you got to pull
So
it.
what
going.
I want to do,
I don't know what they're
let's
called 'cause I don't do
let's
those
not
things,
do it
but-
this time. Let's do it next time.
Mhm.
And I will furnish a prize. You know, I'll pay for a T-shirt or whatever, so that the winner will get something nice. I want to say on December 1st, 2023, how many charges in total? How many felony
Ooh.
counts will be held against Donald
Two,
Trump?
three.
My guess is it's going to be close to 300.
Ooh, I was sitting here on my
Wow.
fingers starting to count, and I'm thinking I'm going to run out of room real quick. 300 is not an overestimate.
No, it's
That is,
not.
you know,
No, it really isn't.
if you start looking at all the crimes in Florida and D.C. and New Jersey and New York, you know, they start adding
Each
up real
document.
quick.
Each document
Nevada,
is a charge.
Pennsylvania,
Well, that,
Michigan.
you know, that's the way I'm looking at this, because they're charging, in the charging, or in the target letter, they're talking about a conspiracy to defraud the U.S. government, and they're talking about the attempt to overturn the election, the fake electors, the 147 congressmen that stood up and to deny the election itself. This was a vast conspiracy, and
Yes.
and not, you know. I need my toes. Yes, I do, Jess. Yeah,
And now
I
they're
need more
saying,
than my
oh,
toes.
what about George Santos? I don't give a fuck about George Santos.
Hey, you
I
know,
want to
Yeah,
see
he's
Donald Trump in fucking jail.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about George Santos.
George
That's New
Santos
York's
will be
problem.
taken
what?
care of in
You know
time
what,
itself.
Mitch? You're right. Because if Donald Trump is in fucking jail, the rest of the minions ain't got nowhere to go. But
Goddamn
out
right.
the way.
Well, you know,
And I can tell you what's going on in Michigan. Keep a careful eye on what's going on in Michigan with the recent indictments. Because what that's going to do is it's going to make it awful hard for Trumpy to gin up enough cred to go after another election and claim fraud. Number one, he's not the incumbent. He had a huge advantage.
Yes.
Remember, because he was the incumbent.
Any incumbent takes the advantage. The person in office
He
didn't work
lost
this
anyway,
time, though.
but
No, you're right. How many indictments? Because everything, you know, we're going to start seeing this click by a little faster because of the calendar. You know, we don't want all this shit going on right in the middle of election season, although it will.
oh, I don't care.
Neither
I
do
don't
I,
give a
because
shit.
nowadays the election season is the day after the election. That's when
correct.
the new season starts. So I ain't playing that game.
Exactly. I mean, this is the reason why he filed the day after the election.
Yes,
because he wanted to be in election season, thinking that was going to save his ass from
That's exactly
where we
right.
are
He thought it
now.
was going to keep
There's
him
no
out of
such
trouble.
There's no such thing as the election season anymore in the
No.
United States of America.
No, it's
No.
a constant political campaign season all year round, every year. And
And
I
he
don't,
did
you know,
that.
it gets tiring after
He
a while.
did that.
Yes, we did. That's what we've
Because-
done with it.
On January 21st in 2021, we had to start worrying about his dumb ass running for president. And he made money from day one.
Oh, Lord, he's still making money. He's still
Yes.
making money. You know, he's grifting all every time he gets, you know, if the indictment comes out, you bet your ass he's going to make a bunch of money, because there are a lot of morons in this country who can't help themselves, I guess. I don't know.
Well, thank heavens for social media. Because if it wasn't for social media, I would never have known there were so many fucking idiots in this country.
No shit. I did not know they
When
were
you
so
see
willing
people,
to point
"Ooh,
themselves out.
I'm not so sure the earth is round
Oh, shit.
because the
Yeah.
government said it's round."
But Mitch, some of them are actually
don't get
in
me started
Washington.
with the flat earthers, okay?
I got
I
got
can't
lucky.
with those people.
Yesterday's video, or what was it? Not yesterday.
And I can see,
Tuesday.
by the way, speaking of...
What?
I'm sorry.
No.
I say, speaking of conspiracy nuts,
Yeah.
RFK Jr.
Oh.
is going
Oh.
to break some friendships.
Mm. You know what? It's a damn shame that man's
is a
last
shame.
name is Kennedy. Okay?
It is.
Because that's all he's running on, and his conspiracy theories. Okay.
That's what he's banking
I
on,
really
is his
don't
name
think
recognition.
That he's pulling people from Biden at this point.
Yeah.
He's just pulling conspiracy
No, I
theorists
don't
out
think-
there.
I don't think by the time push comes to shove, he will be taken seriously. And, you know, it's bad enough he's a racist. And I'll even concede that. But it bothers me that someone is running for president who is actively a believer in conspiracy theories.
And-
I'm
and
sorry.
anti-Semitic.
I know. And I'm telling everybody out here in Blue Dot Land, you going to listen? Conspiracies are not real.
No,
Okay?
that's why they call them conspiracies.
That's
They're
why
not
theories.
real.
It's a theory.
But
It's-
even
it's-
but a theory is not a
until
real
proven.
thing. A theory A theory is a bad explanation for something you don't understand.
Yeah.
Especially when
So,
there's a lot of
Well,
science out there.
yeah, but the science on this one is going to be the conspiracy will be proven when they tie Donnie to the rest of these idiots that were trying to overturn an election. That's going to be a factual,
And
a conviction of conspiracy.
our
no, I'm
rotten,
talking about, yes,
the rotten
strictly.
fucking Kennedy
I'm not talking
Jr.
about
Okay,
conspiracy.
but about him. Understand something about RFK and his campaign for presidency. It is backed by Republican money. Steve Bannon being a #1
That's
donor.
what I heard. That's what I read, that Steve Bannon was a big moneymaker for
Understand
RFK
that.
Jr.
He
So that
announced
should
him.
tell you everything. Steve Bannon backed Trump.
That ought to tell you everything.
Steve Bannon announced him when he introduced that when he had joined the campaign. Steve Bannon, if I'm not mistaken, was there.
I would assume. And then we have a long pause. Everybody's pondering that.
Sorry.
Steve Bannon is one of the most dangerous people in this country, okay?
Agree.
Him.
Yeah, because he's just like Donnie. He
somebody
wants a
like
war.
Trump, and now he's got this idiot on.
These
in his
people want
pocket.
a civil war.
Yes, yes.
That I keep saying, Donnie's not trying to win an election. He's trying to raise an army. He doesn't stand a chance on winning an election. I don't think, but I thought that in 2016. So, my odds so far 50-50. So, but look what he did when he lost in 2020. He denied it and raised an army, baby. He's not done. He is not done by a long shot. What benefit to him is it for him to toss up his hands and say, "Yep, I'm guilty"? None. He's going to keep this shit going as long as he can. And let me thank Jane Mendenhall, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "I just want to say hi. It has been a while because of my schedule. I love my fellow Blue Dots." Well, Jane, baby, we love you back. Thank you for coming back around. Don't be gone so
Jane,
long.
you got to adjust.
Yeah,
You
don't
do
be a
have to adjust your
stranger.
schedule now, Jane.
Yes,
Sorry.
yeah, you're going to have to do it now. Tell him you can't work on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. I just can't do it.
Did anybody watch any other shit show in Washington today? There was a lot of C-SPAN going on.
I was in my truck sweating my ass off for the most of the day.
Okay, so you didn't see nothing.
Nope. I didn't see shit.
I only got to see a little bit because
What happened?
they were going to take a 45-minute break, and then I didn't get back to them, so whatever.
What were they doing?
I was watching the censorship of free speech House hearing. Mm-hmm.
Oh, pray tell, what are they talking about? Oh, wait, you can't tell us.
Well,
That's free speech.
Well, right.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Of course, it was Jacking Off Jim that was the main guy there.
Of course it is.
That's his agenda. It's all about bashing and complaining that the Democrats are attacking the Republicans when essentially it's the opposite. But so they had on their panel RFK himself.
Yes, I did. Yes. I did see a clip of that.
Yes, and a few other people. John Sauer, which I forget
trying to give him an audience out there.
Yeah, and Emma Jo Morris from Breitbart, and Ms. Wasserman Schultz. But it started
off a bunch of intellectuals, basically.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, it started off like a circus because, and I really like her, Ms. Plaskett. And is she from Mississippi?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure exactly where she is. She's very well spoken, and she doesn't put up with any shit from Jacking Off, who's usually sitting right next to her, squirming in his seat. But she came out, saying this whole thing is a bunch of, trash and whatever, and we're not. You gonna submit us to this again because we know what your agenda is. La 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 la. And then she did point out, some of the stuff that RFK was supposedly have said, and that we've got him on about.
He claimed he'd never said a racist word in his life.
Right, right. And I will give him credit, although he didn't have much of a voice because he's been out campaigning, I
Campaigning.
guess, but
Yeah.
it sounded like laryngitis
Yeah.
almost.
Well, he has a medical condition. He's had surgery on his throat and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
no,
maybe
that's the
that's
way
what
he
it was.
normally sounds. That's him.
It comes out kind of whispery and
Yeah,
raspy, like
yeah.
doesn't have can't get
He's
the
got,
words out.
yeah.
But
But
he was coherent and well spoken, and of course jacking off was sticking up for him. It's the whole point.
yeah.
He's trying to look
That's
like
why they
he's
had him
a
in there.
bipartisan
It was
person.
like a
I'm
campaign
putting him
ad
up
for
here,
him.
and you're picking on him, and
Yeah.
he's admitted it, and free speech, and la la la, and it's like,
Well,
oh,
he
here
ain't
we
got much to
go.
worry about anymore since the big Pfizer plant burned down half the injectable drugs now are gone, so he can calm down now. He'll be happy about that, I guess. I'm guessing. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
He's an idiot. For an intelligent individual, he's stupid, and can't convince me he's not taking steroids of some sort. I don't know. Maybe I'm just lazy in my old age and I don't have a body like that. Anyway,
Right.
let me thank Mega Wet Willie, who came in with a $10 donation, and I like his comment here. Mega Wet Willie, thank you. DeSantis is at it again. Middle school students in Florida will soon be taught that slavery gave black people a personal benefit because they developed. Wait a minute. Everything moved on me. Wait. Because they developed skills. That is true. Is true, and I don't think there's anybody here who hadn't seen that headline coming out of Florida. How they're going to teach history. Are you shitting me? That they developed personal benefit because of the developed skills they got from what? Getting beat, picking everything that was growing, clearing every inch. Are you shitting me? Boy, howdy crap.
John.
Yes, dear.
I was Jeff. Well, let me get it right. Curry. When we were talking about the hearings, he says, I was waiting and I finally heard a maggot say slavery was a myth. And along those same lines, this bullshit out of Florida, which I did read about today. I didn't watch anything. I do a lot of reading of articles and different sources and things like that. And I was just explaining to Jeff that I can't be triggered by these fuckers anymore. I can't, because it's every day they're attacking
it's ignorance, baby, and they're trying to spread it more. They're trying to back up the bus.
Okay? They're attacking something that is so fucking personal.
It's
fundamental. To this day can't trace my family because at some certain point we were considered
let us all guess.
property, okay? And that was down south. Down south, okay? So, that being said, I can't be triggered by these fuckers anymore. I just absolutely refuse. I know I teach my kid. They can't erase my history.
There you go,
I got the
baby.
internet and I know how to fucking use it.
There you go. There you go. It's up to us to stand up to that shit, because if it was up to people like DeSantis, yeah, he would erase that shit in a heartbeat. That's what his job is down there, I guess. I don't know, man. Florida's just looking. We have a lot of blue dots there. Don't think we don't. But man, I'm telling you.
I'm going to respond to Gus in the comments. I know it's a joke. I know that's my mistake, that I don't watch shit anymore because I'm tired of talking heads telling me their opinion about the news. I want to read it for my own fucking self, and I get a better clarity that way. Okay?
Now, let me take care.
And I know it's my mistake because I read. Because, you know what?
Huh?
There was a period in history of black people in America
where allowed to read,
we weren't allowed to read.
That's right.
And
none of that learning stuff.
How to read, and that ain't
about
something
that when they talk about
ever going to get back.
Yeah.
That's the mistake. Y'all taught me how to read.
Well, baby, I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. Let me do a public service announcement here. One, I want to thank Mitch Goldstein, who came in with a $5 donation and said, calmly remind everyone in the Blue Dot family that RFK Jr. is a conspiracy nut and a racist and does not belong in the campaign as a blue candidate. A freaking men. Do not be drug into his quicksand of bullshit, because the guy's just full of it. On a note, Mitch, please check your thing because I got 3 separate donations. All of them say exactly the same thing, so that adds up to more than what I think you intended to do there, buddy. So check your thing.
No. I hate to break it to you, but
What?
they didn't go through. So
Oh,
Yeah, they didn't.
I owe you $5.
well, you don't know me
I'm
shit.
just looking at.
You don't know me
Yeah,
shit.
I just got back a message that says, "Oh, it failed." So
Ah, okay, well, it
something wrong
tried
with the
3
payment
times.
system. Yes, I did.
Oh, man. Well,
So I owe you $5.
you don't know
You didn't
me
really
shit.
get $5.
You don't know me shit.
And you certainly didn't get 15, okay?
That's what I was worried.
If
No,
I
I
gave
don't.
15
That's
instead of
another
5,
mistake they taught me. They taught me how to do math too.
Yeah.
Big dummy.
If I tried to get 15 right now, I'm gonna pay another 35 in overdraft charges. So I can't do that. Anyway,
hey man,
what?
You know,
Ah,
when people say the Holocaust, what do you think of?
What do I think of when just from the name Holocaust?
Bernadette already knows where I'm going with this.
What probably
Me
I hope
personally-
everybody else thinks
Which
about.
one, Mitch? That's what I would say. Which one?
The book, the big one.
okay.
I would assume
When you say Holocaust, what I think of is some of the worst human history on this planet. A display of something. I can't even articulate it. But I know what I did when my 13-year-old grandson came home and asked me about it.
Yep.
I know what I did. I took him very gently and found some programs that could explain it to him on his level. And he was mortified. He was mortified that people could do this to people.
And I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but there's a couple people who said, "Oh, Holocaust, the 6 million," and I'm wait a minute.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. It's a trigger.
When we say the Jewish Holocaust, okay,
Right.
we can't even specify which one of those we're talking about.
Right.
The one from 1492, that one, okay. So let's be very specific. The Holocaust does not mean the Jewish Holocaust of World War II, and we should call it that. Shoah is what it's called in Hebrew. But it's not the Holocaust, it's one of many. And here's the thing about the Holocaust of slavery. Chattel slavery. We don't even know how many human beings were slaughtered. The ones who got here were lucky in the sense that they survived the 7, 8, 9-week journey from Africa to the Caribbean, chained to a deck with 300 to 800 other people, men and women together, no clothes, fed by a ladle, food shoved in their mouths. We don't even know how many. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there in the audience. They believe it was 15 to 30 million people.
Yeah, and it's possibly even
murdered.
higher than that.
And it could be as many as 100 million. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Well, when you stop to think about that, it's devastating
And
to
this-
the heart. I mean,
Because it wasn't.
we are all aware.
It wasn't just happening here in America.
Oh no,
It
around the
happened
world.
all over the world. It happened all over
It
the
has
world.
been happening ever since the first words were ever written in a book. Somebody's been a slave to somebody else in this history of ours. When you stop to think about things like the Trail of Tears, the slavery, and if
And
you
they
are black in this
dispersed
country and you can
Africans
trace your
all over
history
the world.
back to 1865 in that area, and you are descendants of slaves, it's a different way to think about it. It's, your line was one of the lucky ones that actually survived the slave trade to make it into this country.
And John, that's the only
then
way I get to
survived-
look at it is we
and
survived.
survived the history of that.
You survived the hunt. you survived the journey, you survived the selling, you survived slavery itself.
Indeed.
And you still exist.
I'm still here.
I'd
and
say
they
that's
fucking
pretty
taught me how to
powerful.
read and do math.
And do math.
And they fucked up.
And let me tell you why African Americans and Jewish people should be united in reminding everyone very gently but firmly that we cannot allow this to happen. Because now Donald Trump is bragging to his cult that he is going to install himself as a dictator and consolidate power into the White House.
Where do you
control
think that's
over the military.
And he has people in Congress that are backing him.
Yeah.
Kevin McCarthy being one of them.
Yep.
There is no doubt in my mind, and I don't think anybody out here listening who doesn't believe that's exactly where Donald Trump wants to go. If he were to get his foot back in that White House, he's never leaving, baby.
Here's the thing. If he installs himself as a dictator, he can never go to jail for his crimes.
He pardons himself. There is no crime. He would be above. He wouldn't be charged with a crime because the glorious leader isn't capable of committing a crime. That's the way he looks at it.
And this is why we have to unite, like it or not.
Yeah.
We have to unite. Because if we allow Donald Trump to be elected president, neither he nor anybody else who deserves it will be punished for what they have done to this nation. And that's why Donald Trump has to be punished.
And that includes 147 congressmen, in my book.
This man told us what his intent was when he was president of this country.
He's still continuing.
He told us then, when the Chinese president installed himself over there for life, Donald Trump immediately turned around and said, "Oh, that's what we need to do here. That's what I need to do. I need to be president." He said it then, y'all, and he stopped.
And he's still saying it.
Now.
There's nothing. There's no. He wants to be the glorious leader, the dictator. He wants to be the Putin, the Xi, the Kim Jong-un of the time.
And I'm telling you,
I see his message.
Everybody always says, I wish I could go back in time and kill Hitler. And I'm like, well, now's your opportunity.
Yeah.
You can't really travel back in time.
I'm glad you said that because that's what I see in him, because he stirs the same shit in people that Hitler did. He is appealing to their basic patriotism, like you have to save white America.
It's the same fucking people.
It's the same freaking shit is what I see. I did read Mein Kampf. It's probably the only book I ever... That's a thick-ass book to read. And it follows... no, I did not that. I'm sorry, I did not read Mein Kampf. I read The Life and Death of Adolf Hitler. Same thing. Look it up. It's a great, big, thick-ass book.
It's really not the same thing.
Not the same thing, but I mean, it's in size. In size. In thickness.
Yes, it's very... Oh, yes.
It's a very thick book.
The Fall of the Third Reich. Fabulous book. I've read that. I have never read Mein Kampf. I have no interest in...
But it's interesting to know that he wrote that book while in prison. From his first attempt. Donnie's not writing the book. He's just out there trying to raise that army. He's up for a second attempt at this shit. And he is raising them the same way Hitler rose up Germany, with bigotry and hatred, racism.
But I think this time, I just don't think the conditions are the same. And I'm not saying that it can't happen. What I'm saying is that things in Germany in the 30s were way fucking worse.
That's true.
Than they were now.
But they were trying to set us up.
Hang on. They were way worse for working and poor people at the time. People were starving in the streets in Germany after the war, after the First World War. Okay? So that was, it was that level of poverty, complete lack of services. It was a whole number of things that engendered what happened. We aren't there yet, but we're on the road to it.
We're
If
not, but
Trump
they
can,
are certainly trying to create a level of poverty in this country that is beyond what we even know. Okay, they are
here's how.
certainly trying to oppress and suppress our rights to vote. And if we as a country don't vote for what's right for this country, we kiss this shit goodbye because it's hanging by a
Hey,
thread,
baby,
y'all.
democracy will fade into something else if we do not
Yeah,
get out to vote
and we see
this
what that
in this
something
election.
else is on the
Oh, yeah.
horizon. It's an authoritarianism that
It's
we don't know
on
nothing about.
steroids, baby. If the Republicans take all the power, take the Senate, the House, and install his ass as president, Katie bar the door. Because look at what they're capable of doing. We're already seeing hints of it now. Hey, before I
Why
let
do
this
you
go
think
by,
they're trying to destroy Social Security
Yes.
and any other
all
welfare
that socialist shit.
thing? They want that money gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you can't
think about
even
what
help your
that means. I
That
want to
will
send out a quick
impoverish us.
thank you to Mega Wet Willie. Came back in with $5. Said people live out. Oh, I'm sorry. People leave out the Roma, the medically unfit, the POWs, the political prisoners who died in the Holocaust as well. There were when we're talking about the World War II Holocaust. Yes, there was so many.
And the LGBTQ community,
Yes.
they were targeted also.
There's a list. And some of them, gee whiz, some of the list seems to carry over to the Republican side now, ain't it?
He
The
would
only
just
people
call
that
it
Yeah.
the others.
targeted was what they considered to be the Aryan white people. Everybody else was targeted
White
all across
nationalism.
Europe. All across Europe.
And that's who Donnie's dating, who he's hooked up with, white nationalists. That's his biggest supporters. The Republican Party's got some.
You
Amen.
have some explaining to do.
Did you see that?
Hey, Mitch, I just want to thank you for the history lesson. We need to do more of that on this show.
Indeed, because a lot of what you just said did not. When we're discussing the Holocaust, I'll bet I'm one of those people. My first thought is the World War II Holocaust. That word
Right.
is embedded
And
in
we
my
haven't
brain.
even gotten into,
But also well aware of the Trail of Tears and the way slavery has happened all the way back to the Middle Ages.
we haven't even gotten into the new world of the conquistadors.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. And it's something in my opinion, we still practice today. That's how come we have Indian reservations, because that's where we put them.
Well, I remember, was it Chris Rock? I think that says you never go to the country buffet and see like an Native American family sitting down. It's like you just don't. It's just they're not part of our society.
No, they're not part of. Yeah.
No.
And still struggle in ways out in Arizona. One of the reservations out there is struggling for water.
Right, I'm struggling to push my dinner off to after 8 o'clock. So
yeah, I see your thing. You just came in with that $5 and said, "Here's your $5, you old coot." I seen that. Thank you, Mitch. You old coot. You're getting older. You'll catch up. I'll wait for you, buddy. I'll pull over the side of the road and I'll wait for your ass. John and Carolyn Majesco are talking about another meetup. We need to do that. Huh?
Yeah, we'll do it. I want everybody to hit their like button wherever they are.
Right there.
Share with your friends.
Sure as shit.
People need to know what the fuck's going on.
And this is a good place to find out what the fuck's going on.
And there's no reason why you haven't subscribed to the channel.
No, because that's easy and it don't cost you nothing.
Not a dime. Subscriptions are free. Just this week, though, so do it this week. At the end of the week, boy, we go back to $50 a minute. Yeah.
Tonight we're running a special.
Yeah, we're running a special.
For free.
Share it with a friend and get double your money's worth. Anyway.
It's also free to share and free to like.
Mitch, you running off, buddy? Gonna go eat?
Yeah, I'm gonna go make my dinner, but it's great talking to you tonight, and you, Bernadette. You know, I absolutely adore you. You're one of my favorite.
Hey. Watch it, buddy. Watch it.
Right.
How's Julie? How is Julie, by the way?
Oh, you didn't talk to Julie?
Yes, I do.
Okay?
Where's Julie?
Hey, John.
Hi, Julie. How you doing?
And in fact, I think I love Julie more
Ah, there you go. See, Mitch? We're all in agreement over here. We all love Julie. Sorry,
I'm
Don.
very popular.
You are. You are.
Apparently.
And may I add, you have a very wise husband. But don't tell him that
I'm
shit.
sorry?
I ain't going to repeat it. No.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, make up something derogatory. Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, that's good. I said
No
he's a very
problemo.
wise man. I'm glad to have him as a friend. Every time I listen to Mitch, I learn something. I do. From the first time I
He's a
met
smart
him.
guy.
He is a pretty smart guy. I'm more handsome though, right, Julie? Julie.
Obviously.
Julie. Oh, thank you.
Obviously.
Obviously. He's got a better selection of T-shirts. I'll tell you that though.
Let me tell you, in a crowd these days, my husband looks like all the other old men. I swear to freaking God.
Yep.
From the back, if I try to find Mitch in the crowd, it's like,
See?
which old bald guy is it?
All I have to do is turn around and you go, oh, the guy with the beard. See?
Well,
Just
the guy
pay
with the
attention to
tie
what
dye.
color shirt he
is usually-
has on for the day.
I'm loving his
Yeah.
journeys with his kids going and you going to the concerts. I'm enjoying that part of y'all's
Oh
life.
yeah, I don't go to Peach Fest, but
Yep.
I have been to those festivals before.
Right.
Crowds are not my very favorite
No,
thing,
no, not Marcia's either.
especially crowds of really sweaty, unwashed people who are under the influence of questionable
Surely you jest.
psychedelic drugs.
Or
It
festivals.
can
You
be
don't like to go to
fun. It can be fun, but these people have, different boundaries.
They do.
Some have none.
Well,
Some have none. And I've never had the only time I had a bad experience is we were at, I don't remember which festival, we were walking back to our campsite and all of the hippies who were on psychedelics and all their pupils are dilated to about 3 inches each. And they just come at you out of the dark because they don't need flashlights.
No, I could see in the dark at that point. Like bats.
It was a little terrifying to have them come right out at you. And I was walking, I had my little twin boys at the time. They were maybe 7 or 8.
That would freak me out.
And they would just reach out. I'm like, ooh, are they twins?
Yeah.
Because they're not sure if there's 2 of them or there's a matching set. They don't know.
No,
It was a little
there's no
creepy.
kids here. You're really fucked up.
Yeah, and I would have to say things like, don't touch, no touching,
Yeah,
please.
touch it, please.
I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't want them to touch my children.
Yeah. Especially when you come out of the dark with a glazed look in your eyes. No. Go away.
Yeah, but that was everybody. So
Yeah, what a
well,
party.
it was a lot of
What a
people.
party that was. Boy, howdy shit. Well, Julie, take care of
Yeah.
yourself, darling. We love y'all.
All right,
Thank you
John.
for coming in, baby.
All right, you guys. Take care, everyone.
You bet. Bye-bye. And Mitch
Bye.
and Julie, I can't wait for the next
Bye.
time we meet. I had such a kick in the butt meeting Mitch the first time. Didn't I, Mitch? I think I did. Oh, he's gone.
they're gone. They're going
gone.
to dinner.
Okay, now we can talk about him. So, that Mitch guy.
And all
Yeah.
of that happened just on the way to the Pit Johns, let me tell you.
Yeah. Boy, howdy. It's a
Ooh.
kick anytime he comes around. He is a very intelligent guy.
Very intelligent, and
very-
you know what?
Yeah.
Has the gentleness to teach,
Yes.
and yeah, and I like that.
Oh,
Wait a
John,
What?
Mitch is back with his hand up,
Yeah.
so he might want to get the last word
Kiss that
in.
guy's back.
He
You
does
get
like
one
that
shot
too.
there, man. What's that? You know, you get one shot, and then he comes back from the dead. There he is. What, Mitch?
What happened? I disconnected accidentally.
Oh,
Oh.
and then you
I
raised
thought
your hand
Julie
to come
hung up
back.
on you.
We thought
no,
you
no,
had
I thought-
additional words of wisdom to depart to us.
I just had to turn the stove down, but we're good for now.
Okay. All right. Well then. Have a
I
good
got
evening.
about 8 minutes left.
Wow.
Then I got to split. I'm making Indian food tonight.
What are you making?
Ooh.
I'm making paneer makhni, which paneer is
I know what it is.
cheese that you deep fry, and then you serve it up in a tomato cream curry sauce, and
Really?
you eat it with rice and garlic naan, which is kind of
And he's a
Indian
culinary
pita bread.
artist Indeed. Also, boy, howdy, a man of many talents, Mitch.
Oh, that's right. You know, there has been some calling for a return of the Cramp Chef.
Well,
So we'll see if that happens.
I was always
Yeah,
entertained
do
when
it,
you were
dude.
talking and cooking at the same time.
Do it. Do it.
Yes,
Just turn the
I
camera
enjoyed
on.
that
Just
shit all the
start
time,
filming that
Mitch.
shit.
You really should.
Well, we'll see if we can work out a schedule.
Hell yes.
All right.
I'd promote that shit in a heartbeat, buddy. I'd be there listening every time. You know,
If we could get it, maybe one day get it set up so that I can actually get on the video, that would be awesome.
that would be
could
great.
do both.
Oh, you mean live? Oh, yes. Well, I'm working on that. I have to upgrade my system. That's what I'm told, and I'm on the list as soon as I get around to me. I guess that's what we want to do.
Your bandwidth.
Yeah, my bandwidth restricts me from doing a lot of things, and so I just have to go up another tier in their programs, you know. So be able to do that. But that's what we're working on.
The tier is represented by your usefulness to society.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. They just want more money out of you for it. That's all. You know, you want to do. Oh, you want to do that? Well, you know, it's that kind of story. So, but we'll get it up as soon as they get somebody out here to replace my antenna and all that shit. I hope to be able to do exactly that, because that's what we want to incorporate into this show. Because that's my biggest problem, is I love doing this show. What I hate about the show is when I look up here at this monitor, and I'm the only one here. You know, it's like that guy again. You know, I know every picture on his wall. I know what everything says on his desk.
Let's see if we can make that happen.
Let's see.
Let's plant a seed for the future and at least figure out how to do it so that when it happens we can make it work.
I am actively wanting to try to do that because I want to expand the show. We are still growing. And on that note, you know, the last video I put out on TikTok, it is over 120,000 views. We gained over 1,100 followers in the last 2 days. I don't know, about 12,000 likes on that video and lots of comments. Now, here's where the fun comes in, is on the comments. TikTok is open to everybody, baby. And there's a lot of trolls over there, and I occasionally have fun talking back to them.
Troll, yeah.
Enjoy a little entertainment there for me. You know, it's Trump 2024, you know. I usually tell them something like, go back to your QAnon meeting, or told one guy today.
I actually used to troll people before there was an internet, John.
Really? So you're a practiced.
Well, since it's long past the what do you call the date where the crime you can be charged?
The statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations, yes. Far past that.
There you go.
After 9/11, we moved back to New Jersey in 2003, and people used to have these magnetic ribbons on their cars with various witticisms.
Right.
And when I used to get off the train, and it would say something like, "United we stand," and I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? United we stand. I don't know. It's just like it's just a phrase. It's a meaningless phrase.
Yeah.
They're taken out of context and all by itself. Yes, it is. You're right.
It's part of what the Republicans
use. Who are we and what are we standing for? I mean, be specific.
Right. And then, or it would say America the Beautiful. Okay, I could work with that.
Parts
That's
of it
not
are.
the worst thing you could say.
Parts of it are. Parts of it are mighty damn ugly. You know.
Many of them.
It's what they do to sell it. It's just like the flag itself on the Republic. I do. The Republicans are damn good at selling patriotism. Baby, wave the flag, eagles fly by, the whole 9 yards. Do they believe in the basic tenets? No, they don't. And that's what we need to pay attention to. It's not a flag. It's not a song. It's not a slogan. Nope. That's not what America is. America is what we
make. It ain't that fucking song, I'm proud to be an American. That song makes me want to fucking puke.
Yeah, Donnie plays it at every damn rally.
Sorry,
that's what pisses me off is he didn't slap Donnie up inside the head and tell him to quit playing that song. because he does not embody it. You know, it's a wonderful tune. You know, ought to save it occasionally. But
Just Coggins says, as George Carlin said, leave symbols to the symbol-minded.
Symbol-minded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Right.
It's what I've
Now
always believed. Don't wave your flag. I see it all the time. I see bumper stickers of the American flag on one side and the rebel flag on the other side. Go figure.
Sure.
You know.
Somebody asked in the last video that we did, the last meeting that we had last Tuesday, which flag got raised after 9/11 or after Pearl Harbor? It wasn't the rebel flag.
No.
Nope. That's not the flag that everybody united under.
I can't drive up and down my street without seeing that flag every day.
I understand,
Guy's
John.
proud of it. You know, I don't understand. I know his family. I know his daddy. His daddy served. Really, I don't think his daddy holds those views. I really don't. I've known his daddy for a lot longer than I've known him. It's just him.
But
he wants to
a
throw it
flag
up in your face.
truly is a symbol.
You know.
The latest symbol for the Republican House, GOP in the House, is a pin that's a AR-15. You know, that's their new symbol instead of the house pin or the flag or an eagle. They want their symbol to be an AR-15. Well, that lets you know
because nothing says America more like an AR-15.
Is taking money from the gun lobbyists and the gun manufacturers, and they're being lobbied by these people, and that's how they raise their money, and that's how they stay in Congress. And we need to get them out. We need to get them out. The Sportfoots and the Bobo the Clowns and Jim Shorts and all the rest of them. They're making a mockery out of our Congress, and it's a damn shame because it's on TV and it's for the whole damn world to watch.
This is our house, baby. We take care of this. It's we the people. Our Constitution starts with it. But if we don't participate, if we don't actively care and participate in this democracy, it will fade away. It will become something else. Slowly. You won't even hardly notice it until way too late, baby. So we need to stay involved in everything. And on that note, 2 for Blue for Jackie Rosen out in Nevada. She is running for Senate out there. We need to keep Nevada, baby. It's one of those have to. And Ty Pickens down in Mississippi. You know how red Mississippi is. That's going to be a tough fight, baby. We need to keep these up. And I've been assured that we're going to have more buttons shortly. Travis is working on Travis is, hey. Oh no. Crisis. My go back button is not going back. And I'm stuck on Ty Pickens. Wait a minute. Oh, this ain't good.
Try the control key, John.
No, it's on an iPad. It's
yeah, there's no control key on it.
No.
Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna close the program and restart it. And come on, baby, give me I should have Jeopardy music playing right now. While John tries to load. It's not loading. Son of a gun, are you shitting me? Oh man. All right. Well, we'll keep the conversation going here while John fiddles around over here on the computer.
Well, while John fiddles around, I'll do some
fiddling
shout
around
outs.
with shit over here. Let me see if I can find that.
John fiddle quietly.
Okay.
Mishy Chick's gonna shout out some Facebook people.
Oh, please do.
Okay. Well, I've got some from Tuesday live shares. Michael Hancock, he's on the East Coast. Charles Villanova from Missouri. Cher Tobish from Ohio. I think from Ohio. Warren Harry from New York. And from Tuesday's rant, which there's a lot more shares and or views sometimes on the rants. People love those little short ones.
Yes.
Yes.
So from Tuesday's rant, we had Linda Worth from Florida, Henry Kane from Texas, Karen DeLuga Roberts from Oklahoma and Illinois, David Lanray, I'm going to screw this one up, Lahadu, maybe. He's in Iowa, but he's actually from Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah. Joe Carnett from Georgia and Illinois, Dottie Marie Bricks from Oklahoma, Philip Mims from California, and he's also was originally from Detroit.
From Detroit.
Detroit. And then we have you know, sometimes other pages will share your stuff. Sorry,
and we're thankful they do.
Yes, and so there is a page that I think, I tried to track it down, I think it's out of Chicago.
Cool.
But it's called Jukin Fanukin.
Jukin Fanukin.
Jukin Fanukin, and the definition was that Fanukin, or I think it says Fanukin, dancing is a dance displayed by African Americans in Chicago Heights. And right. The Jukin was joking or kidding. Jukin and Fanukin in Chicago, I think.
Outstanding.
And his comment was, this dude, referring to John, has a good storytelling style and what we need in a leader. And then he added on a bunch of stuff that he'd like to see happen. I don't know if you want me to read that or not.
Sure, go. What does he want to say?
He wanted to add on, we need to, let's see, stop the 50-year drug war and rebuild economies south of the border to minimize border issues.
What an idea.
Negate lobby groups. 12-year term limits for federally elected servants. Age limit for federally elected servants. 75 years was his thing for POTUS, SCOTUS, Senate, and House. Better enforced accountability for SCOTUS. We'll all agree with that. Enforcing and enhancing ethics rules for House and Senate. Basic weapon responsibility laws as treated like owning a street vehicle with AR-15 accessibility not negated but drastically limited to who the end users are. That's very detailed.
Right.
And obviously, with MTG as an example, America has to increase standards for the education and also set federal standards for being homeschooled.
You got to at least be able to pass a spelling test to be a congressman. Let's say that.
How about setting some federal standards for being a congressperson? Because it's not just Forkfoot, it's her sister, Bobo the Clown, and, you know, their brother, George Santos, whatever the fuck his name is this week, and, you know, people like Jim Shorts Jordan, who's making a career out of this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I heard a comment today.
Let's set some standards and some ethics for our Supreme Court. This seems to be out of control. And how about even some standards and some ethics for being Speaker of the House? We have a perfect example to work
How about having an ethical standard if you work for our government, if you work for the people? Period. Across the Supreme Court, right on down to your local dog catcher. Jesus.
Here.
And that's, you know, because it is.
That demands voters picking the right people.
Yeah. Instead of politicians picking the people. Miss Chick, what was the name of that group again?
They're never going to regulate themselves.
It was called Jukin Fanukin.
Jukin Fanukin.
Jukin Fanukin.
Out of Chicago.
I think it's out of Chicago.
Outstanding. And an outstanding list of topics that we could discuss around here because, you know, all of that. Everything he said, which I would, if you have a way, I don't know, print that out. There's no shortage of topics that we could discuss on this show. We often take up serious subjects, and on the same token, we sometimes get carried away with silly shit. It's what we would do if we were sitting around a table, and that's what I try to do here. is try to have a serious discussion. But oh, by the way, puff puff pass asshole, don't hog it. Whatever it takes to have that relaxed atmosphere that we do have around this family, so people do feel comfortable to come in the room and join in the conversation, because it's important. And we want to encourage every voice we can. Yes, Mitch, put your camera back in the kitchen, buddy, because it wasn't just about the culinary delights. It was about your conversation. The same way with Leo Sahaki, with Gail Mitchell, Tim Cormal,
Robin Kincaid.
The list goes on of people that are really trying their best to keep people informed and engaged in this. You don't have to make it an everyday thing, but you got to stay informed. You got to stay knowledgeable, because it's so easy to drift away from it. And if we drift away from it, then that's when democracy becomes something else. Huh?
I think that was Julie in the background.
Oh,
sorry.
No, that's all right.
Okay. We can hear you.
I just thought somebody's calling on me. Anyway, wait a minute. Oh, look at here. I got Pop Tony in the room here. Go ahead.
And I also want to remind everybody that Granville G. Walker out of Ohio wants Ohio to vote what? No on issue 1.
No on issue 1. What is issue? I'll take his word for it.
I think it's no. I might be wrong on that.
Like, no, but I'm going to vote no on. Oh, I won't be voting there. Ah, dog it. I'll move.
No, you won't be voting there.
Nope, I won't be voting there.
It's the issue that changes how they can get things on their agenda to vote on in their state, which would make it would take 60% of people to get it on an issue.
Well, you know,
What is the measure?
It's called issue 1. They call it an issue. I mean, here we would call it something else, but
yeah,
we would call it proposal is what we would call it, but they call it an issue.
Okay, just wanted to know. Just
and I
trying to put a message out.
I was going to try and double check whether it was an actual yes or a no on that one. I don't know how it's worded. Depends on how the issue.
Yeah, well, you do have to be careful, because some yeses are no's and some no's are yeses.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
they do that on purpose too.
Yes. To confuse the voters like us. So do your homework and go out and vote. No, you do not want that shit.
Yeah. There you go.
Whatever that
I can't
is.
find my original.
Yeah, whatever
no.
you're trying to sell here, we don't want it. So, where did oh, doggone it. Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I just wanted to stop in and say hi to everybody.
Well, we're glad
in
you
the
did.
Audience and on the board or stage. And I just wanted to say, did y'all see the article about the immigrant kid that got killed in Mississippi at the poultry plant?
Yes.
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 That was horrific.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
You want to talk to? Yeah. There's so much wrong. Yeah, right now the Republicans have several bills out there encouraging youth to join the industry. Baby, go to work. Don't need no classroom learning. Just get on the floor and start working.
Yeah, they want to deregulate everything, and our kids are expendable to them.
And this kid, man, that was gruesome. I understand he got his hand caught in a piece of machinery and it drug him in. So I'm imagining a very
you know, John, I live up here
terrible
in logging towns where we still have mills and are still processing these ancient redwoods up here. And grown people who have worked for years and years and years still fall down in these mills and get eaten up by the equipment. There's no way in hell a child should be working around such dangerous shit.
Yeah. Not down here in Texas, it's the oil field. It will kill you faster than you can turn around, and I've seen it. It's a dangerous place to work, and it's not a place you want to stick some worm out in the corner. He's going to get hurt real bad. It is, but money must be made, and it's sad because uh, that didn't have to happen, man. You know, we make it difficult in this country for immigrants to not only get here, but to try to live an American dream. And isn't that what we all our families came here for? If you're an immigrant, if you weren't first here, if you came here, if your family came here, they were looking for something. You know, and I see this on, you know, I don't know. Right now my mind's thinking to a freaking commercial down here. If y'all haven't figured it out, there's a lot of shit going on down here on the border between Mexico. We're just putting up concertina wire all over the place.
Oh, you know what? You know what?
It's getting freaking ridiculous.
Your fucking governor, man, he is
a prick.
Outrageous.
He
do not understand anybody who would give an order, push them back into the water.
Push them back into the water. They had one young lady who was seriously injured. She was tangled up in the concertina wire whilst having a miscarriage. You know, this is terrible. This is not what we're supposed to be. This is not the vision of America I like to project.
Border Patrol agents who have come out and said, yeah, no, we can't do this.
Yeah.
We can't do it. This is crimes against humanity.
Yes.
This is crimes against humanity.
I'm so tired of it because there is no massive horde. As a matter of fact, crossings at the border are way down right now. But that doesn't sell, baby. The Republican Party's got to get out there every day and preach and scream about, this influx of, it's a massive, they got blood in their teeth, a knife in there, they're coming to rape you. It's just bullshit. It's made to scare people. And at the same time, we see stories down in Florida where crops are going to waste out in the field because they don't have migrants to pick the fruit. In places all across this country because we demonize them. But we need them. That's the sad part. We need them. We need them. We'll treat you like shit, but we need you. That's not the vision I have. It's not the vision I want for my country. We're a vast country and we have plenty of resources, baby. We could do better. But it starts in the house that we can't get control of.
Texas can do better by voting that piece of shit out of office and getting his ass prosecuted, because I'm absolutely sure there are some not only federal crimes against humanity, but some international crimes against humanity, and they should go directly at him.
You know, the reason they sell it.
Because this is a Greg Abbott policy.
It is. It's a dog and pony show put on. Now, mind you, there have been large groups of people come up from South America mainly and trek all the way across Mexico, damn near dying to get here. And our response is to slap them in the face. These aren't drug dealers. These are people that are trying to get here to do the same thing our forefathers came here for, to make a better life for themselves. And it just pains me to see them demonized so much.
Dehumanized.
Yes.
Dehumanized.
That's the culture we have down here in South Texas, baby. It's heavily Hispanic.
Between Greg Abbott and that fucker down in Florida.
Yes, they're having a contest.
The dehumanization of people, period. It don't matter who they're from. It don't. And they call themselves Christians.
Oh yeah. Of course they do.
Under that label.
Because, Jesus. That's why.
Bernadette beat me to it.
Hello, Joe.
Hello.
Hey,
I'm
Joe.
Bernadette beats a lot of us to it. She's
sorry.
quick, baby.
She's ahead of the time.
She's ahead of the times. What's going on, Joe?
Oh, not much. Just thinking about DeSantis and Abbott. They should be charged and judged by the World Court on crimes against humanity, because that's
what they're doing.
Well, maybe when Jack Smith gets finished with Trump's dumbass, he could go back to The Hague and start on these two fuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they deserve it. They deserve it.
It's sad who the Republican Party allows to be their
Well, the Republican Party has gone down the tubes, down the drain, all the way down to the septic tank. They're not going to be any better than they are now.
No. If they don't start showing a little courage. a little something. Right now, every one of them that I see is an ass licker for Donnie. In one form or another, they're sidestepping. Chris Christie's the only one who's standing out there, I guess, hawking the part that he's a crook.
He's saying exactly what he thinks is going to help him.
He's trying to nab hold of the other half of the Conservative Party.
Help him do what?
Yeah.
Well, help him.
Help him win. Because that's the name of the game in the Republican Party now. Put 15 people up.
Is this really a dick measuring contest to see who could be the biggest dick out there?
Well, it turns out the guy with the littlest dick turns out to be the biggest dick. There you go.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Y'all elect women. We don't have these problems.
There's a good idea. There's a good idea. We're way behind on having a female world leader for our country. Other countries already.
That's what Boobard and Marjorie Taylor.
Hey. We said leaders.
Marjorie broke a law.
Women, not clouds. Yes, she did, didn't she?
She sure did.
With her nasty ass, because she reveled in holding that picture up. Yep. She reveled. That picture had nothing to do with the questions she was asking. Yet she had to sit up there and hold that picture up. Yeah, well,
she gets into porn, I understand.
Broke it down. She broke all aspects of that law, honey. Yeah. And I'd like to see her ass prosecuted for it.
Absolutely.
Of course, she's gonna claim what we now know is called the speech and debate clause, where anything that she says on the floor or in committee,
just there
she
for
has
debate,
the legal right to. She's immune from it. Yeah. But you know what? I don't think when you purposely and intentionally go and break a fucking law that you should be held behind that shit.
Seems to be a thing within the Republican Party, doesn't it?
They do think that they can do that.
Yes. They think they can do a lot of things and not be held accountable for it. That's where we come in. Because we're the people that have to hold them accountable. Are we not? We are.
Absolutely.
We are the jury.
We are the ones who can hold them accountable and make sure they don't keep sucking off of the government's tit.
Well, as Martin Luther King once said, I have a dream.
Yeah, I have a dream. That dream. Yeah.
I have a dream that all GOP who are up for election lose.
Oh.
Hey, boo. Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice?
It would be.
Wouldn't it be nice? If we don't get that, we need a majority.
Is there anything bigger than a tsunami? Because we had a blue tsunami last time. Is there anything bigger than that?
Yeah. We'll have to. Big ass tsunami. I don't know.
How many? What do they call them? Tornadoes. What is the fifth stage of a tornado?
Oh, EF5.
EF5.
I think.
A blue EF5.
Yeah. We needed to sweep this country, baby. Yes, we do. Because we need, here's what's on the line. We need to retain the Senate. We only have the Senate by one vote, baby.
Mm-hmm.
One.
We had them by two, didn't we?
I think we did.
We had them by two.
There goes my math again. We were two ahead.
Yeah, but the one defected and went to independent or something like that.
Yeah, somebody went independent. Who was that?
Can't remember her name.
You talking about Cinema?
Cinema.
Yeah, the
Christine Cinema.
Stupid shit from Cinema.
Yeah.
From
Arizona. Let's hope gets voted out of Arizona.
Absolutely. And we got a 2 for Blue coming up for Gallegos coming up. So and there's your chance to donate to the guy who's going to be the next senator of Arizona, because he's on a hot roll out there, and we need to keep that going.
I need to get it going. I'm afraid to hit a button. I might get stuck there again.
No, don't hit any more buttons.
I'll tell that to Travis what happened. He's got several more buttons I'm going to have. He has been working so long on a thing called Adabracon, like abracadabra.
Mm-hmm.
Adabracon, and it's the first one down here in Corpus, and it's big down at the Bayfront down there, and I think they got Pepsi lined up as the big sponsor, and all sorts of things. But Travis has been working on all of the artwork and stuff, the videos, the ads, everything. As a matter of fact, one of his works is going to be up on a big billboard in town. And boy, we want to get down there with a camera because I want to take a picture of it when it comes out down there. And so he has really been busy, but he's been doing a fantastic job. But the closer they get to the Abacon, the more shit is just hitting the fan. And so it's coming at him from every direction, but he's doing a hell of a good job. I'm proud of him.
Isn't that how it usually works?
Yes, it is. The closer you get to the go day, man, everything turns to shit. You know, no good plan survives. You know.
Don't I know it?
Yeah.
We need to get a shoot the squirrel button.
Yeah, plenty of them squirrels run around here, buddy. I'm telling you, it was a rough day. There are so many times I try to come in here right from coming outside, and I haven't prepared myself, and I try to bluff my way through this day. And if it was not for this group, and especially Mr. Chick and Bernadette, there are so many times I would just come in here and make an ass out of myself. And so I really appreciate every one of you that participate in this, because I am just like y'all. I try to keep my head in the news as much as I can, but eventually you got to go to the store. Something happens, you got to go mow the grass. I don't care what it is. Yesterday we replaced about 75 feet of fence, and I thought I was going to die before I got back in this house. Smashed 2 fingers, and only bled a little. Well, it was Tyler really scared him. He was coming down with the post pounder. You know, Joe. Pounding a T-post. Yeah, I was holding the post and going along just fine. And I guess my hat.
You did exactly what I told my son-in-law. I said, put your hand right there so it doesn't make so much noise.
Yeah, all of a sudden, I went, ow! And I looked down at 2 of my fingers and just smashed there. And I let my fingers get too close. But anyway, we had to put up a new fence because Jenny been pushing on the old one. I was afraid she was going to. Thank you, post driver. Thank you, James. Yeah, we got about a big hunk of fence taken up. We're going to take the old fence down. Stuff we have to do, and we can't wait because, man, this weather's not stopping down here.
6 o'clock in the morning till about 10:30. That's all.
That's the only time you can get outside. If you can get out then, it is on the big weather thing map. If you look down there for the projected forecast, where they just show the map with all the reds and all that stuff, look down there. This area doesn't change out of the red and hasn't for a while. But Arizona, they got 21 days of 110 temperatures. 21 days. I read a whole story about the ice sheet in Iceland melting, with a possible sea rise, not overnight. A long time yet to come, but 23 feet.
Randy might have to move.
Randy might have to move the trailer up a little higher. The beach will just move up closer. But that's it's not going to happen overnight. But the melt is stepping up, and how could it not? With global temperatures rising the way they do, and the more it goes, the more melts. After a while, it just hits a process where it's just a continuous melt.
I hear Florida's losing their what do they call those barriers?
The reefs.
The reefs.
The reefs, yes, because they're getting bleached by the heat. The water temperature is rising so high. And every time I think of high water temperature, I think storms, baby. The warmer that water is, the bigger the storm. And I know they're coming.
Speaking of storms, I read an article today. There was an EF3 in North Carolina that hit Pfizer Pharmaceutical Company, the manufacturing plant, which said, after they assessed the plant and saw the damage that was done to pallets and pallets and pallets of medicines that were ready to go out, a lot of them injectable medicines, there's going to be a shortage of medicines. This is a direct result of climate change, a side effect of climate change that I don't think that anybody ever thought about, because we don't think about these kind of facilities being hit. But
and here we are, companies.
I thought about John and Carolyn the first time I saw that.
They're talking about like 25% of their supply got wiped out.
Yes.
That's huge, y'all.
That's going to affect a lot of people across this country.
Yes.
And it's going to for quite a while, because it's going to take some time to rebuild that infrastructure, to be able to bring that plant, if they're able to bring it back up at all.
Well, you know their prices are going to go up.
25%, that's a quarter
Yeah, and
of everything.
Pfizer's going to make a mint off this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they're not going to lose.
And people are going to lose their lives. Because we already can't afford our medicines, and Congress won't let us, do the right thing and buy as a collective.
Are you saying that we let something like money get in the way of saving lives?
Oh, John, why would we do something like that?
Why would we? Why would we let
But yet
costs
you
get
could go
in the
to
way?
Canada or Mexico and buy those same medicines
Yeah.
for a fraction.
Go figure.
You know how much I spent the other day when I went.
If Pfizer's providing them, then they're going to be a shortage down there too. I mean, this is huge, y'all.
But there are other pharmacies across the world.
This is going to
We
be
could
big
start
for anybody that has
some other ones.
Yeah, that has insulin or other ways that they have other medicines that they have to inject. Yes, this is going to be a huge impact.
The other day, John, when I went to go get medicines at our local HEB,
right,
I spent $200, and that was my part of.
That was your share.
That was my share.
If I went up to the counter, and I'm serious, it was a heart attack, and they said $200, whatever it is they're trying to get me, I'd just tell them, we'll put it back up on the shelf, because I don't have that.
I had no choice.
You know, I that pisses me off. Now I pay a lot of money for my insurance. You know, a good hunk of my retirement goes to my insurance, but it's not as much as what people pay out here in the civilian world. My health insurance comes from the Federal Employees Health Benefits Program. The government negotiates with the same damn companies that everybody else has for a lower price on policies. I have a policy that most of my medicines, $1.50, $1.20, $2 at the most, maybe $5. That's my medicines. But I'm right in behind line with people like Joe who's sitting there, and the cashier says, well, it'll be $350. Where are you what kind of money are you making that you can pull out $350 for a freaking prescription? I don't know what world that is.
Yeah, I mean, we have
that hurts.
To make choice.
You know, and guess what suffers, baby? It's the groceries that's always going to suffer in a family situation. You got to pay the rent, the electric bill. You got to buy the medicine. You got to buy all the shit that needs life. Food's going to become the last thing you're going to go buy. That's the way it is out here, and that's ridiculous.
I don't know. A lot of seniors choose to not do the
Yes,
medicine.
that's exactly right. That's how come you hear stories about grandma eating dog food, because that's all she can freaking afford, and we haven't changed that yet. We haven't changed that, and we never will, because it's about the money. We're a capitalistic system, baby. Capitalism is fine if there's control, baby, but out of control, fuck it. People just go poor and die. That's all. It can't be that way.
And that's the deal. That when you get in that situation, guess what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to hustle.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to hustle twice as hard to make up for what I had to spend.
And don't think that I prefer not to think of it as a hustle. This is my job. Just like you have to get out and go do some mowing, huh, Joe? You got to make a little extra income somehow.
I got plans. I'm going to have to go to New Mexico and do something that
you told me about that.
I've never done. I haven't done not that. No, I've never worked never worked as an electrician.
Oh, I have.
But I have a chance. I have a chance to go up there and try to do 6 months of that. And if Joe, you don't hear from Joe,
that's where you are. You go back up to New Mexico for a while. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of us are in the same situation. If we don't have a part-time job or some other way to make an income, then you start getting in the bind real fast. And that's what I hate. You know, I rely on the donations and the Patreon on this show. This is my extra job. This is it. If this fades away, then I'm out. Well, I think Walmart gave up grief. I could still do fence work, buddy. Found that out yesterday. Hell yeah, I'll build a fence.
I'm hoping to meet some blue dots up there in New Mexico.
They're all over the place, Joe.
Yep.
Spread the news, brother.
In fact, I'm going to put a big old blue dot on my forehead and say, hey, anybody else out here?
Well, brother, just take care of yourself. It's hot out there, too. Anyway, I guess we're going to wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in and joining this conversation. This is what makes the family. You know, it's so mushy shit I was going to say. But I love this.
There was great conversation on the show tonight, and there was great conversation in the YouTube chat, and I want to thank everybody who participated tonight.
Yes.
I want to thank everybody who joined in the conversation, not only on the air, but in this chat that goes by all the time. I thank y'all so much for that. It does make this family, I brag on this family everywhere I go. Not me, this family, baby, because it's become just that. Anyway, Tony. I love my lighter, buddy.
Unmute.
Unmute,
There
buddy.
you go.
I want you to know I love my lighter. I barely let this thing out of my hand. I fiddle with it constantly now. Because it's so smooth. I mean, you can tell quality in an item when you hold it in your hand.
All right. I had it muted because my air conditioner came on.
Ah, well.
Said I had it muted because my air conditioner came on.
Keep the air conditioner on, buddy.
I didn't want it to interfere with y'all conversation.
Oh, no. Mine's on over here, and I ain't turning it off. I'd die in a heartbeat in here. Can't do that. But Tony, I appreciate you coming in, brother.
Hey,
thank you so much.
I just wanted to stop in and say hey to everybody. You know, that's all.
Come in anytime. Say hey. We like hay.
No problem.
Some people would tell you we're full of hay.
Hey, hey,
hey. Hey, hey, hey. See, we're full of hay around here. Anyway, Tony, I love you, brother. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for my lighter, brother. And Mama, thanks you for hers, too. She's over there. I keep telling her I'm going to have to go buy more butane just because you're over there playing with it. I fiddle with mine. She's over there like flippy. She likes the way it does it. Anyway, Tony, take care of yourself, brother.
I will.
All right. And Joe.
Yes, sir.
Joe, take care of yourself, brother. It's hot outside. I recommend you don't go out there.
Well, I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And guess what, guys? I love you all.
We love you back, brother. We love you back. That's the way this family operates. You love me. Somebody wrote a song like that. I don't know. Look it up. Anyway.
Don't sing.
No, don't sing.
You'll get us demonetized.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. All right, Joe. Thank you very much for coming in, brother. I'll see you soon, by the way.
I hope so.
All right. And miss you, chick.
Yes, John.
Darling, thank you so much for being so on top of everything. And I like this thing calling out the comments, too.
The shout-outs?
The shout-outs. I like that.
Yeah.
Keep that up. That's a good thing.
I'm glad you like them.
I do.
But you know what everybody can do right now?
What
John?
could they possibly do right now? It's the end of the show. Aren't we out of time to do anything?
It's not too late to participate.
Not too late to participate? How could they do that?
Well, they could like.
They could like.
They could share.
They could share.
They could subscribe.
They could subscribe to this shit.
And if they're sharing, I might see them. I might catch them. We might shout them out.
Might shout you. Share this shit. You'll get shouted out. Say that 3 times fast. Anyway, darling, thank you so much for what you're doing and what you mean to this family.
You're welcome, John.
All right, baby. And Bernadette.
Yes, sir.
What can we say?
I know. What can you say about that Bernadette? She got a mouth on her.
She got a mouth on that girl.
And she ain't shouldn't have
For your
yet.
wisdom, your passion, for everything that you bring to this family. And don't listen to that Mitch Goldstein guy. I see him trying to learn. Yeah.
Sometimes he's a good teacher. So.
He is. He's a great teacher. I love the man dearly. I do.
I like him.
I do.
And I gotta shout out a special somebody who just sent me who loves you, baby, and that would be my boo.
Who's your boo?
Filthy mouth liberal.
Do what?
So, Andy.
Andy
Pagoda.
Andy Pagoda. Where's Andy?
Is he on here?
Is he in there?
I just got a message from him in
Where's
Discord,
he at? Message my ass. Get your ass in here. Where is he at? Oh, he ain't in there.
The room.
Oh, I see how it is.
He's over in the blue room waiting for us to
yeah,
come
he's
on
waiting
in
for
after
one
the
of
show.
us, isn't he?
So.
Listen to you giggle. I love y'all. I want to thank Keith Thompson, who just came in the room with a $5 donation and said 9/11 Twin Towers. We could not be defeated from the outside, only from the inside. We have ISIS here within the right-wing nut jobs. They're the same threat, baby, except this time it's from the inside, so we need to be on. Anyway, Keith, hoorah, my friend. Semper Fi. Thank you very much. And to our Blue Dot family, to those who donated tonight, thank you all very much. To those on that Patreon, you mean the world to this family. You keep us going, baby. Thank you very much for it. And shit, mañana, see, because my thing ain't there. Bernadette saying, send us mail. Post Office Box 260044, Corpus Christi, Texas 78426. I went to my mailbox today, opened it up. Yes, I had mail. It wasn't mine. Some guy who had the mailbox before me. But he's pre-approved, so hope he gets his credit card. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself. We'll be back here Friday for our Beer and Bud. We'll be back again for a live show on Sunday. So please come by and join the conversation. We love having you and building this family all the time. Y'all say good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.